Check out those headlights, they just don't shine like they used to. I remember days long and gone away that still ring true. My daddy used to talk about the book of Revelation, tears of joy be rolling down his face. But I'm still trying to get behind every word he said. Take a good look at what you can't see. There's nothing wrong with your eyes, it's just what you believe, what you can't believe. He said, I'm in you, he said, you're in me, he said, we were made eternally one. Oh yes, and every time you think you can't find me here in what you call the real world, take a good look at what you can't see. There's nothing wrong with your eyes, it's just what you believe, what you can't believe. Like a reoccurring dream that wakes you in the night every time it rains. Yeah, but it isn't what you think it is. No, nothing ever is. You're just acting like a kid, laying in your backyard, thinking it's the whole world, sun, moon, and stars. But take a good look at what you can't see. There's nothing wrong with your eyes, it's just what you believe you can't believe. Take a good look at what you can't see. Whoa, 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 yeah.
Shalom, Devarim. Welcome to our Tuesday night fellowship. Man, I'm telling you, I got a lot to talk about after our study. We're going to touch on a couple of pretty important things. One being this blue shield. Powerful stuff, something that everybody needs to take a look at. Je suis Vanessa Wilkerson is here. Shalom, Vanessa. If you're new here, Vanessa, you'll see her in the blue. She has a wrench. She's here to take care of business. She's here to help you, but also to chase away any barking dogs. Jeez. That'll take care of that. Or crybabies, you know. Sometimes people, oh, come on, be quiet. Sometimes people want to have their own way, you know what I mean? Now, there's only one way here, and that is this way. The way. That's the Father's way. Anyway, before we do anything else, let's stop the chat. Let's bow our hearts and give this fellowship over to our beloved Elohim. Oh, Abba, Father, Yahweh, Father, we come before you to worship you, to praise you and thank you, Father, for everything you are doing in our hearts, for everything you're doing in this world in these last minutes, Abba. Thank you, Father, for drawing those here whom you are calling. Thank you for opening eyes, ears, and hearts, causing many to see, hear, and understand your truth as we give this day, Father, to you, Yeshua, and your Ruach HaKodesh, praying through Yeshua, in Yahweh, Yahweh, our Elohim, Yahweh Echad, and all the family, all the mishpacha said, Amen. So, once again, shalom, my friends. We are going to pick up tonight where we left off. I won't know where that is yet until I look at my notes. Tonight we're covering chapters 16 and 17 in the book of Deuteronomy, as you would have Ronomy do to you. That is the book of Devarim. Yeah, wonderful stuff. This is the book that Yeshua quoted from more than any other book in the Word. A little something different tonight. That's not OJ. No. That's not ruby red grapefruit juice. No. This is tangerine juice, a little watered down, with some liquid oxygen. Gotta love it. So, where did we leave off? Really, we left off last time, that would be Saturday, talking about what it means to be a bond slave or a bond servant. Here with the Israelites, more importantly with us and Yeshua. And I pointed at our study of the book of Revelation, that's Chazon, chapter 1, where we talked about the revealing of Yeshua HaMashiach. And this revealing of HaMashiach was given to Yeshua so that he could show his bond servants, his bond slaves. And a bond slave is someone who was a slave for 6 years. It's the 7th year. They're being set free. They have their freedom. They can go and do as they please. And they love their masters so much that they choose to stay. And that's us. We have free will. But we choose to serve Yeshua, our Adon, our Master. Now tonight, we're going to look at chapters 16 and 17. Chapter 16, we look at Passover, that's Pesach. The Feast of Weeks, that's Shavuot. The Feast of Tabernacles, that's Sukkot. And notes about officers and judges, that's chapter 16. Then chapter 17, we look at, once again, worshiping other gods and instructions regarding courts of law and choosing a king. Stupid thing to do. Pretty sure it was in the book of Kings. 1 or 2 Kings, 1st or 2nd Kings, where Yahweh was upset because the Jews wanted a king like all the other nations have kings. Like Yahweh wasn't enough? Come on, man. Yeah, so anyway, let's dig in. chapter 16. If you're new here, you'll see that I have the Amplified Bible, Classic Edition, up here. Am I using it? No. What do you mean? Pay attention, read along with me, and in less than 10 minutes, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just for reference. I don't read from any Bible version on earth. It's not possible to do that and deliver what the Father said in English, because, or any other language other than Aramaic, Hebrew, because all the other languages, like English, they've distorted what the Father said to such a degree that it's not what he said. And I'm here to tell you what he said. So, chapter 16. Observe the month of Aviv. Forget the B. It's pronounced like a V. Spell it with a V. Aviv. Observe the month of Aviv and keep the Pesach, Passover, to Yahweh your Elohim. Because in the month of Aviv, Yahweh your Elohim brought you out of Mitzrayim, Egypt, by night. You will offer the Pesach sacrifice to Yahweh your Elohim from the flock or the herd in the place where Yahweh will choose to make his name and his presence Shakan, S-H-A-K-A-H-N, Shakan, a place where Yahweh will choose to make his name Yahweh, and his presence, his Ruach HaKodesh, his spirit, Shakan. Here it says dwell. Shakan, you can say it's where he pitches tents. Pitch your tent with Elohim. What does that mean? It means you do everything you do all day, every day, in concert with the Father, his Son, and his Ruach, Elohim. You will eat no leavened bread with it. For 7 days you will eat it with unleavened bread, matzah, the bread of affliction. Isn't it interesting if you look at matzah in the stores? The flat square. It's pierced and it's striped, just like Yeshua. He took the whip. He was pierced for our sins. He's the bread of life. The unleavened bread is the bread of affliction. Because you fled from the land of Mitzrayim, Egypt, in haste, that all the days of your life you may earnestly remember the day when you came out of Mitzrayim, that you may earnestly remember the day that you came out of the world to follow Yeshua. No leaven will be seen with you in all your territory for 7 days, nor will any of the flesh which you sacrificed the first day at evening be left all night until the morning. You may not offer the Pesach sacrifice within any of your towns which Yahweh your Elohim gives you, but at the place which Yahweh your Elohim will choose, in which to make his name and his presence Shakan. Dwell, pitch tents. There you will offer the Pesach sacrifice in the evening at sunset, at the season that you came out of Mitzrayim. And you will roast or boil and eat it in the place which Yahweh your Elohim will choose, and in the morning you will turn and go to your tents. For 6 days you will eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day there will be a solemn assembly, that is an atzarah, A-T-S-A-R-A-H, a solemn assembly. That's an atzarah. An atzarah to Yahweh your Elohim. You will do no work on it. You will count 7 weeks. Begin to number the 7 weeks from the time you begin to put the sickle to the standing grain. And then you will keep the Feast of Weeks, Shavuot, to Yahweh your Elohim with a tribute of a free will offering from your hand, which you will give to Yahweh your Elohim, as Yahweh your Elohim Baruch you, blesses you. And you will rejoice before Yahweh your Elohim. You and your sons and daughters, your manservants, maidservants, and the Levite who is within your towns, the stranger or temporary resident, the fatherless, the widow who are among you, at the place in which Yahweh your Elohim chooses to make his name and his presence dwell. Telling you, my friends, this right here is a place where Yahweh has chosen to make his name. And his presence is Ruach HaKodesh, Shekan, pitch tents, with those he's calling. You are not here by mistake. And you will earnestly remember that you were a slave in Mitzrayim, in Egypt. You will remember that you were a slave in the world, and you will be watchful and obey these statutes. Remember last Saturday, we talked about Revelation 1 and being a bond slave to Yeshua. And Eved, E-H-V-E-D, accent on the first syllable, Eved. It's a bond slave. Yeah. Remember that you were a slave to the world. And now you will be watchful to obey the Father's mitzvah, his loving instructions. You will observe Sukkot, booths, the Feast of Tabernacles, for 7 days after you have gathered in from your threshing floor and wine vat. Now let's take a look at Revelation, that's Hazon. Let's see. One of my mouses is rebellious. We want to go to Revelation chapter 21. Revelation 21, verses 2 through 7. And I saw the Kodesh city, the New Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, descending out of the Shamayim, out of the heavens, from Yahweh, all arrayed like a bride, beautiful and adorned for her husband. The Kodesh city, the New Yerushalayim, And then I heard a mighty voice from the throne, and I perceived its distinct words saying, "Look, the abode of Yahweh is with men, and he will pitch his tent among them, and they will be his people, and Yahweh shall personally be with them and be their Elohim. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Death will be no more. Anguish, sorrow, mourning, grief, pain, these things will be no more, because the old conditions and the former order of things, the former structure of the universe has passed away. And he who is seated on the throne said, "Look, I make all things new." And also he said, "Record this, because these sayings are faithful, accurate, incorruptible, trustworthy, true, and genuine." And he further said to me, "It is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the Aleph and the Tau." There's nothing Greek about the Father's word. Alpha and Omega is Greek. He said, "I am the Aleph and the Tau. I'm the beginning and the end." To those who are thirsty, I myself will give water without any price from the springs of the water of Chai. Oh man, ice cold, delicious beyond description. He who is victorious will inherit all these things, and I will be Elohim to him, and he will be my B'nai. He and she, they will be my B'nai, my children. Go study this passage, the whole book of Revelation, with us. There's a lot more to be taken in. You will rejoice in your feast, your moed. You, your son and your daughter, your manservant, maidservant, the Levite, the transient, the stranger, the fatherless, the widows who are within your towns. For 7 days you will keep a solemn feast to Yahweh your Elohim in the place which he chooses, because Yahweh your Elohim will barach you in all your produce and in all the works of your hands, so that you will be altogether full of joy. 3 times a year will all your males appear before Yahweh your Elohim in the place which he chooses. At the feast of unleavened bread, at the feast of weeks, at the feast of tabernacles or booths, they will not appear before Yahweh empty-handed. Every man will give as he is able, according to the berakah, the blessing of Yahweh your Elohim, which he has given you. You will appoint judges and officers in all your towns. which Yahweh your Elohim gives you, according to your tribes, and they will judge the people with righteous judgment. You will not misinterpret or misapply judgment. You will not be partial or take a bribe. Why? Because a bribe blinds the eyes of the wise, and it perverts the words of the righteous. A bribe is an act of hashatan, and a way of blinding people and perverting people. That's why Yahweh says, you will never take a bribe. There is a mitzvah, a loving instruction, teaching us how to avoid Satan's traps. Bribes are tempting. Follow what is altogether just, uncompromisingly righteous, that you may live and inherit the land which your Elohim gives you. You will not plant for yourselves any kind of a tree dedicated to the goddess Asherah beside the altar of Yahweh your Elohim, which you shall make. Asherah, the name of a sensual goddess, Astarte, the feminine of the Assyrian Ishtar, Easter. Its symbol was a tree trunk. Deprived of its boughs, rudely shaped, an abomination, and planted in the ground. Neither, they were involved in all these things. Neither will you set up an idolatrous stone or image which Yahweh your Elohim hates. Yahweh hates things? God is love. Shut up. People that, they announce that thing all the time. God is love. As if he could be nothing else. And they are displaying a form of idolatry. They're creating their own God. I don't believe the Bible because, what? God is love. Why would he kill all those people? If they knew the people that he killed, they would have a different viewpoint. All right, chapter 17, worshiping other gods, instructions regarding courts of law, and choosing a king. You will not sacrifice to Yahweh your Elohim an ox or sheep with a blemish or any defect whatsoever, for that is an abomination to Yahweh your Elohim. If there is found among you, within any of your towns which Yahweh your Elohim gives you, a man or a woman who does what is wicked in the sight of Yahweh your Elohim by transgressing his mitzvah, his covenants, his teachings. What is wickedness? Wickedness is just being wicked, is going your own way instead of his way, instead of the way. If there's found among you within any of your towns which Yahweh your Elohim gives you a man or a woman who does not, or who does what is wicked in the sight of Yahweh your Elohim, going their own way, transgressing his teachings, who has gone and served other gods and worshipped them, or the sun or the moon, or any of the host of the heavens, worshipping the creation instead of the Creator, which I have forbidden, and it's told and you hear of it, then inquire diligently. Inquire diligently. I have something to say about that when we're finished here in a bit, my friends. Inquire diligently when you hear of strange things. And if it is certainly true that such an abomination has been committed in Israel, then you will bring forth to your town's gates that man or woman who has done that wicked thing, and you shall stone that man or woman to death. On the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses, he who is worthy of death will be put to death. He will not be put to death on the evidence of 1 witness. How many times people love to shout, guillotine, guillotine, kill him, kill her, kill him, get the rope, hurry up. On the foundation of 1 witness, somebody says, oh, that guy's wicked. Yeah, let's kill him, hurry up, we're bored. He will not be put to death on the evidence of 1 witness. The hands of the witnesses shall be the first against him to put him to death, and afterward the hands of all the people. So you shall purge the evil. You shall purge the Rah, R-A-H, Rah, evil. You will purge the Rah from among you. If there arises a matter too hard for you in judgment, between one kind of bloodshed and another, between one legality and another, between one kind of assault and another, matters of controversy within your towns, then rise up and go to the place which Yahweh your Elohim chooses. And you will come to the Levitical priests and to the judge who is in office in those days, and you will consult them, and they will make clear to you the decision. And you will do according to the decision which they declare to you from that place which Yahweh chooses. And you will be watchful to do according to all that they tell you, according to the decision of the Torah, the teaching, which they shall teach you, and the judgment which they shall announce to you, you will do. You will not turn aside from the verdict they give you, either to the right hand or to the left. You stay exactly on track with what they directed. The man who does presumptuously and will not listen to the priest, the Cohen, who stands to minister there before Yahweh your Elohim, or to the judge, that man shall die. So you shall purge the Rah, the evil from Israel, and all the people will hear and reverently Yareh, worship Yahweh. Make Yahweh Elohim number 1 on a list of 1 in their lives, and not act presumptuously again. When you come to the land which Yahweh your Elohim gives you, and you possess it and live there, and then say, we'll set a king over us like all the nations that are about us, you will surely set his king over you, him whom Yahweh your Elohim will choose. He would have chosen himself, but they wouldn't have it. They wanted a man king because other people have him. You will surely set his king over you, him whom Yahweh your Elohim will choose, one from among your brothers. You will set as king over you, Melech, king. You may not set a foreigner who is not your brother over you. But he shall not multiply horses to himself, or cause the people to return to Mitzrayim in order to multiply horses, since Yahweh said to you, you will never return that way. And he shall not multiply wives to himself, that his heart, that his understanding doesn't turn away. Neither will he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold, money, mammon. And when he sits on his royal throne, he will write for himself a copy of this Torah, this teaching, in a book out of what is before the Levitical priests. That is, out of what is before the Levitical Kohanim. And he will keep it with him, and he will read it in it all the days of his life, that he may learn reverently to Yareh Yahweh his Elohim, to worship Yahweh his Elohim, to make Yahweh his Elohim number one on a list of one in his life. By keeping all the words of this teaching and these statutes and doing them. Again, Chavrim, what is Yareh? Yareh is to walk in the way, not your own way. To love and serve Yahweh with everything you are and have. And to guard and protect his word. In short, to make Elohim number one on a list of one in your life. Keeping all the words of this Torah, this teaching, and these statutes, and doing them, that your heart, your understanding may not be lifted up above your brothers and sisters, that you may not turn aside from the commandment, that you may not turn aside from the mitzvah, the codes of wisdom, the loving instructions. You don't turn to the right or to the left. You stay on track so that you may continue long and prosperously, you and your children, in your kingdom, in Yisrael. And that's our study for today, my friends. I was talking how quick people are to shout, guillotine, get the rope, Somebody did something wrong. Somebody accuses somebody, and nobody looks into it. They just start shouting, kill him, go ahead, get him, hurry up. Let's just, get their guns out. Let's shoot them, Everybody's going crazy. All they want to do is take care of people. It becomes a madhouse. Don't do that. I'm talking about Amir Tsarfati, my friends. We were just instructed in chapter 17, verse 4, when these things happen, we must inquire diligently. People just jump on the bandwagon and they want to attack people and kill them, a couple of people came out saying Amir Tsarfati said that Jesus is Michael the Archangel. And, 99.9% of everyone out there, they just believed it. And they all started attacking him. Take a look at this.
Understand, the moment we posted that video, and it took maybe a day or two after, that people wrote to us and said, are you suggesting that, are you a Jehovah Witness? Are you suggesting that Jesus is Michael, Jesus is just an angel? I said, absolutely not. No. If that's what people understand, then I take it back. I will remove that part from the message. We took it down, took that part out, and posted it again without that remark. And I must say, I'm very thankful to have done that, because I do not believe that Jesus is an angel. I do not believe that he's a created being.
That makes it clear enough for me. And for you too. I mean, come on. There's so many people that watch Amir all the time. And they were believing this lie about him. I mean, look, if you watch him all the time, don't you think you would have known that he was, doing something as silly as that? Come on. Amazing. Also, I want to share some stuff with you, some more stuff with you about this blue shield. This picture that you see is, you can see some lights reflected in the picture. On the left side and the right side, you see some like interior lighting reflected in glass. I'm shooting through my front window, out my front window, and then you can see deep, 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 deep. See that tower? That's the Tower of Death. There's one of my Walking in the Word, a couple of them actually, Walking in the Word videos, where I was walking past that. I was closer to it. I shot it, and I said, this is the Tower of Death. But that thing is in direct line with my windows, as you can see. And it's shooting those things right at me. Now, the weird part, what do we have here? I showed you these. Here's where you can go to Amazon and you can purchase the blue shield. That's the portable, as this is. Here's the whole house plug-in. And here's what I'm going to be getting, the cube. I'm going to be getting this on Thursday, I hope. Man, I'm telling you, the difference. Every day, I'm seeing a difference that is so huge. My sister, too, she pretty much spent the whole day yesterday on the couch. She was dead tired. Her body is adjusting. I've got all kinds of... I felt like I cracked my ribs. I don't know, when those Nephilim were beating me and I was bouncing up and down on the bed and they were beating the breath out of me back in July last year. It's like, oh, now I'm feeling it. I mean, my ribs were killing me. The pain was indescribable. I don't know what it is, but it's mostly gone now. But my body is doing repairs that it was unable to do before. The thing is, with this tower, and not only the tower, like we said, computers, Bluetooth, wireless stuff we have all over the place, Wi-Fi. We are all surrounded with so much stuff, even like humming things like refrigerators and fans. We are surrounded with so much stuff. Our body is being bombarded. Now, I've been sitting here for 10 years. A number of people have said I should be dead. Anybody else would have been dead. And I believe it. I think the fact that I'm here is absolutely miraculous, total miracle. But my DNA, my immune system has just, all of us are going through this now, being battered constantly so that it cannot perform its functions. You get the you get the Blue Shield going on in your house. And by the way, I have the portable one now too. So I took a walk to Trader Joe's yesterday, and I turned this on when I got outside. Took my walk to Trader Joe's and back. When I came inside, I turned it off because in the house right now I have this. Thursday I'm going to be getting this one. It's twice as strong. The portable one here surrounds you 10 feet in every direction, and protects you from EMF. The whole house one here, they call it the plug-in whole house. That one surrounds 45 meters, 148 feet in every direction. If I'm outside on my porch, I'm covered. I think if my neighbors are sitting out on their patio, they're going to be feeling it. Well, even more so when I get the cube here, because the cube covers 90 meters, 295 feet in every direction. That one's the most powerful, and I need that one because of that tower. Now you can go to this website, antennasearch.com. antennasearch.com. You come here, you type in your street address, city, state, and zip code, click go, and then you get another page, and you click on process, and it'll process it. I did mine. Here's me, and it says there's 10 tower structures detected, no new towers, 161 antenna locations. Over here are the details. The funny thing about this, they list 10. There's really 11, because the one that I showed you the picture of that's right outside my window, that's not in the list. It's the biggest one. It's in my lap. It's getting closer to my front door every week. And I've been hearing the theme song of Jaws. And it's getting closer and closer. I think I'm starting to hear the theme song from Psycho now. The one that's in my lap, they don't have listed. But, yeah, I've got like 11 of these towers bombarding me. And that's why I need the cube. That's why I've been sick. That's why I've been getting cancer and all this other stuff. Man, I'm telling you. So, and, it's been like 3-4 days now. If anybody tells you that this stuff is not what it claims, they are liars. I can tell you, and I think it's so obvious to me because I am in such an extreme bombardment of electromagnetic frequencies that when I put the whole house plug-in in, man, the difference to me was so obvious. It was unbelievable. Now, somebody else who maybe they don't have all these towers that I have here. Maybe it's just, their computer and a couple of Wi-Fi, or Bluetooth things. So they might plug it in and say, I don't see any difference. But no, be patient and wait a couple of months and you go, you know what? I'm sleeping better, or, my digestion's better, or whatever. This thing that used to bother me, I didn't quite remember that. That's gone. You will see it. But I'm seeing it drastically because I am in a drastic situation. I'm amazed. Absolutely amazed. So anyway, let's turn to our fellowship. And I don't see any QQQs. If you're new, you have questions, put 3 big capital Q's in front of your question. That'll get my attention. Otherwise, we can just talk about things that are on your mind. Yeah, I haven't had better sleep. I mean, my sleep has been unbelievably bad for many years now. I haven't slept more than 1 hour at a time through any night in at least 6 years. And they're saying that should change. And for the first time, not last night, but the night before, I slept an hour and a half 2 or 3 times, and one time I think 2 hours. That was that was shocking. But I think when I get the cube, I'm going to do even better. Donna says, unfortunately, 5G does not travel well through our beautiful trees. Therefore, they come, brother. Are you kidding? They're cutting them all down. Yeah, 5G doesn't go through walls and things, which is why they're going to be putting up 1,000 times more towers everywhere, because it doesn't go through things. So they have to put more stations up all over the place, which is really just an excuse to nail every human being in sight. Yeah, Matthew and Sandra said most humans are iodine deficient, and it's a necessary nutrient to fend off harmful cancerous radiation. Yeah, it affects the thyroid. I have a little bit of a swelling over here. It's my thyroid. Everything's a mess, but see with this Blue Shield, and I can feel it already. I have all kinds of, my back has been killing me all over the place. My shoulder blades, my spine, my ribs, it's been moving all over the place because my immune system is waking up. My body is taking care of things that it hasn't been able to take care of. So the Blue Shield, it doesn't do anything to make us healthy. It, other than it blocks all this crazy stuff that's stopping our bodies from doing what they do to make us healthful. Amazing, man. I remember when I was like 10 years old watching the educational channel on TV. They had 6 doctors from around the world. I know I've mentioned this in a number of times in my videos in the past years. Kelly says, Candace, CFCL, I seem to be having difficult time ordering on Amazon. Never had a problem before. Satan's trying to stop me. Well, whatever. Amazon will call them. They'll take care of you. But I've talked about this before. These doctors had 6 doctors from all around the world, the best doctors, and they said, we don't do anything to heal people. What we do is we try and figure out how to get the body to do what it needs to do to heal them. 2 people come in to see us with the exact same problem. The cure is going to be 2 totally different cures. You don't have the same thing for this person as that person. We don't cure them. We try to get their body, try to give their body what it needs to do what it does. The body manufactures every drug known to mankind. The body takes care of everything. And everybody's been indoctrinated. Go to the hospital, go to the doctors and let them fix you. That's idolatry. They're not turning to Abba Father. But anyway, the point is, way back then, they would admit it. It's our job to get the body to wake up and do what it needs to do. That's what the Blue Shield does. It takes all this stuff from attacking the body and lets the body go back to work. And for the first month or two, especially someone my age, it's going to be a little tiring. And I'm seeing that, but it's a good feeling because I know things are going on that needed to go on that haven't been going on. So, anyway. Nobody has any questions here? No scriptural questions tonight? No QQQs? I got everybody talking about towers and electromagnetic frequencies. All right, somebody said, Tiffany says, who needs a car? Oh, by the way, Tiffany, I got your text. I'm going to check that out. Tiffany sent me a text about this guy who does the odiote. Sounds pretty cool, Tiff. I want to look at it. But if he's not pronouncing the Father's name quite right, trust me, I've said this before. When someone can't say Yahweh, when someone can't pronounce the Father's name properly, there's a demonic stronghold. I said that about Nick a long time ago. And look what has been going on with Nick. Good grief. Christy has a question. Have you studied the book of Esthra? 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 I don't know what book that is. Where'd you hear about it? No, I haven't studied it. Be careful. There's a lot of doctrines of demons out there. You know, the Gnostic Gospels are all demonic. Samantha says, I enjoy your teachings, Mr. Allen. Yeah, it's Professor Allen. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying them, Samantha. Oh, Tiffany says, he does a pretty good job. He has a little breath in there, too. What's pretty good, Tiffany? Because, I don't know, you know, I'm pretty picky. It's either right or it's wrong. Sleep well, Michelle. Michelle's got to go to bed. John T. speaks. It looks like John T. spoke wrongly. Betty Jane, sorry I'm late. Late? An hour late? Nick Rodriguez, I wrote a QQQ, Alan. Really? Where is it, Nick? Why don't you just post it again so I don't have to go like searching for it? Can you like copy and paste it? Let's see, Nick. Tell me what time you posted it, and then I can find the time. It'd be a lot easier than going through all this and trying to find your name like a needle in a haystack. Oh, here's one. Z Square. Could you please provide a link to the portable Blue Shield via Amazon? I just showed it to you, man. Where is it? Here, go to Amazon and just up here type in Blue Shield, BLUSHIELD space EMF, electromagnetic frequencies, and you'll get this page. And here you've got two portables. One's like a watch, wristband, and then you got the whole house. And here you've got the cube. But this portable, don't think that you can use the portable as your protection. Like, oh yeah, I'm at home and I got my portable and it's turned on. No, that does not work. you have to have, for your house, you have to have the plug-in whole house, or the cube. Chances are you just need the plug-in. And then the portable is only for when you go outside the house. Don't think that you can use the portable as a permanent protection device. It does not work that way. Just go to Amazon, type in Blue Shield, BLUSHIELD, space EMF, and you'll get this page, and they're all there. Z square. So Nick, I'm not seeing your name here, man. You might have posted. Oh, there it is. Nick, are my beach scenes and island paradise scenes hung on the wall, modern day graven images? No, come on, Nick. A picture is not engraven. Engraven is something that you work with a chisel and a hammer or soft clay and you form three-dimensional. Pictures are not engraven. And the word is not graven. It's engraven. No. Pictures are not engraved. Nick posted it again. Cool. David Anthony says, can you say a word about who the Yahudim that Yeshua is talking to in the Gospels and the synagogue of Satan? I already explained all that, David. I have a video. Let's see. Go to YouTube, and up top, type in Watch Allen, WATCHALAN, one word, space, replacement, as in replacement theology. Just type in replacement, bingo, here's a video titled Replacement Theology. What's going on here? I got two of them. What's this? Replacement Theology 9 years ago, 8 years ago. April 2nd, 2010. Oh, that's 8 minutes, and this one's 8 minutes. That's weird. I don't get it. Is that the same video? One says 9 years ago, the other one says 8. Anyway, watch that, Replacement Theology, and that will explain to you what come on, man. I hate YouTube. Why is that there, man? Where's... Oh, okay. YouTube is starting to control everything. Anyway, this synagogue of Satan, those who call themselves Jews and are not, go watch that Replacement Theology. That should answer your question. If not, come back with more. There's another one here, and then we can wrap it up. Connie, what happened? Oh, dear. Yeah, Connie. Hey, Connie. Love you, girl. Connie says, how does the portable work outside? Okay, I'm sitting here. I'm in my place. I've got the wall unit going. I'm going to have the tower, and that thing just covers like the cube rather, covers 300 feet in a circle around wherever the cube sits. The plug-in covers like 150 feet approximately. So you want to plug it in like in dead center of your dwelling place, one floor, and it'll go out. It covers 150 feet. For me, that even includes my back porch. If I'm sitting out on the back porch, I'm fine. But if I go and I take a walk, and I go past the back porch. Then I take the portable, I turn it on, put it in my pocket, and I can take a walk to Trader Joe's. And it keeps 9 feet in every direction around you. It keeps the EMF away from your body. So, but you don't want to do that in the house. It's battery operated besides. The portable. You only have to charge it like once a week. Jonty speaks. Engraven within the graves. Got nothing to do with graves. Jonty. Engraven means carved. Okay? Or shaped. Has nothing to do with a grave. Nothing.
Sorry.
No, it's not a bullet. It's light. Yeah, pictures are fine. You know, just don't want to make little figurines, because then, oh, look at how cute, let's worship it. No. You can get small protectors for your phone, PC, etc. They're not very good. No, and it's not going to help. Trust me. If you're going to do something, do it right, or don't do it at all. Yeah. Blue Shield. Yeah, Matthew and Sandra, thank you so much, Alan. Sandra and I are looking to purchase the Blue Shield soon. We're already looking forward to better sleep, more energy. I'm telling you, man. it's you feel it. It's really weird. I mean, I actually feel protected. I feel like I'm in a bubble. I can feel it. That it's just so much calmer in my place now. It's amazing. What's this, Rebecca? 10:30, Lamed. What are you doing? 10:30. What happened? Jonty Speaks is being a bit of a bad boy. Maybe Jonty doesn't understand something. I wonder if Dave, Debbie, and Kaylee, I wonder if our family of 3 would need separate portables if we were somewhere together. Good question. Yeah, we knew you meant 3. But let's say the 3 of you go out on an outing, you should have your own, because, you know, if you move away from each other beyond 9 feet, then, you know, if Kaylee moves, 12 feet away from you and you have the portable, then she's not covered. So, and, this is no joke, man. This, number 1, this product does what it says. Number 2, the people behind it are human beings. I mean, I had the plug-in house thing. I called him on the phone, and I said, look, I showed him I said, I got this tower out here. It's marching towards my front door with the theme song from Jaws and Psycho playing at the same time. Can I... will you take my whole house plug-in back and compensate me and let me get the cube? Yeah. I says, well, what do? I have to buy the cube because I don't want to be without this. Like while I'm waiting for the cube to come, I'm not going to mail the plug-in to you until I get the cube and I'm protected. And they said, no, you know what? We'll give you the cube for like half the price, compensating what you already paid for the plug-in. And they're just trusting me to mail them the whole house plug-in after I get the cube. That's how human these people are. You know, companies don't do that kind of stuff anymore. Vanessa, John T. Speaks, voiced his opinion about the Gnostic Gospels not being demonic. I tell him his opinion doesn't matter, only Abba's does. Referred him to your playlist, new to Alan's channel. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah. If he thinks the Gnostic Gospels are not doctrines of demons, then go away, worship the demons, and don't ever come around here again. If you want your own truth, go get it, man. But if you want the Father's truth, you come here. And the Gnostic Gospels, which say that, Jesus and Mary had children, get out of here, man. Just go away. If you can't see the idiocy in those books, don't try and convince anyone here of it, because you'll just, make yourself silly. What's this? Jaunty Speaks. Right, Miss Williamson. Who's Miss Williamson? Sounds like an echo chamber. I'm surprised Vanessa hasn't blocked you yet, Jaunty. You look like you're gonna get blocked. Armstrong, Tony. Maybe all these machines are graven images. No, stop stretching the point. Oh, jeez. Oh, now we're coming up with QQQs, huh? Christy, sorry, Alan, the 4 books of Ezra. Yeah, look, whenever you guys type a question to me, pay attention, because I am Mr. Nitpicky like you have never seen before. If you can't put a sentence together that makes sense, I'm going to slap you silly for it. And if you misspell words, you're insulting me if you think I'm supposed to figure out what you meant to write, Don't do it. Double check your thing before you hit the button that says send. And yeah, am I yelling at you? Yeah, come on. Stop disobeying the professor. Stop irritating the professor. If you mean the 4 books of Ezra or Esdra, then say it. Don't say, oh, are you familiar with the book of Elephantitis? What are you talking about? There you go, Christy. You've gotten a big one from Alan. That's light. That'll cheer you up a little bit. The 4 books of Ezra. I've read them. I don't remember anything about them. Maybe we'll do a video on them. Maybe we won't. Tiffany says, I've been thinking about 3D cartoons and CG animation. Graven. It looks graven. Well, they are kind of, worshipful beings that don't really exist. So I would be careful about that. Rebecca, number value changes at 11 or 22. I don't know what you're talking about, Rebecca. Be careful. Don't be getting into numerology. It's demonic. Yeah, virtual reality stuff. Please. People are going to go for that big time. It's okay. It's time for everyone to run off the cliff into the darkness. It's time for these things, my friends. That's why we're seeing it. Rebecca, is Lamed Yod 1030? I don't know. You tell me. It's not hard to find. What happened? I think we're done. I don't see any QQQs. Slap us silly. That's what I do, man. I slap people silly. Yeah. Here's Dave, Debbie, and Kaylee says, here's to you, Mr. Commander, Sir Nitpicky Professor, handpicked from Abba Yahweh, and we are so grateful. I love you too. Nitpick away. If they don't like it, either grow up or get a thicker skin. Well, that's the way it goes around here. I'm tough on the kids. I'm an old man. That gives me the right to yell. And it gives me the right to yell at children that are not paying attention. You know, there's too many people, my friends, and this is mostly everyone out there. Everyone has forgotten. No, they haven't forgotten. They've not been taught to respect their elders especially, but even to respect other people in general. There's so much, it's such a disgusting thing what Satan has done with the consciousness of people thinking that, you know, nobody really matters, everybody's equal, you don't show anybody any respect. You know, I don't go for that stuff. I'm here to teach the old ways. Yeah, no one respects the elders. No one respects anyone. Hey, Moki girl. All right, that's it, my friends. No more QQQs. Let's stop the chat. Let's bow our hearts and close with prayer. Beloved Abba, Father. Oh, Abba. To the Abba. Thank you, Father, for our time together with you this day. For our time together with you and each other this day, sharing and being washed by your word, growing in your word, fellowshipping together, expressing our love for each other, to each other, and most importantly, our love for you, to you. Thank you, Abba. Thank you for your protection over this gathering that you are conducting of your mishpacha, your family, surrounding every one of us with your beloved Gader HaKodesh, your hedge of protection. As we give this day and every day, Father, to you, Yeshua, and the Ruach HaKodesh, praying through our beloved Master, our Adon, Yeshua, in Yahweh, Yahweh, our Elohim, Yahweh Echad. And all the trubies and all the newbies said, Amen. That's our time together for this day, my friends. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Until next time, and that would be Thursday, Abba willing, 9 p.m. again. I've never done this before. 2 weeks in a row, 9 p.m. Never done it, but it's the Blue Shield. My body's, I don't know. But anyway, Thursday night, 9 p.m., same time, we'll continue where we left off. Until then, keep your wicks trimmed and keep your lamps ablaze. Shalom, my friends.
I sing to Yahweh, for he is highly exalted. The horse and its rider he has thrown into the sea. Yah is my strength and song, and he has become my deliverance. He is my El, and I praise him, Elohim of my father, and I exalt him. Yahweh is a man of battle, Yahweh is his name. He has cast Pharaoh's chariots and his army into the sea, and his chosen officers are drowned in the sea of reeds. The depths covered them, they went down to the bottom like a stone. Your right hand, O Yahuwah, has become great in power. Your right hand, O Yahuwah, has crushed the enemy. And in the greatness of your excellence, you pulled down those who rose up against you. You sent forth your wrath, it consumed them like stubble. And with the wind of your nostrils, the waters were heaped up. The floods stood like a wall, the depths became stiff in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I pursue, I overtake, I divide the spoil, my being is satisfied on them. I draw out my sword, my hand destroys them. You blew with your wind, the sea covered them, they sank like lead in the mighty waters. Who is like you, O Yahuwah, among the mighty ones? Who is like you, great in Kodeshah, awesome in praises, working wonders? You stretched out your right hand, the earth swallowed them. In your kindness, you led the people whom you have redeemed. In your strength, you guided them to your Kodesh dwelling. Peoples heard, they trembled, anguish gripped the inhabitants of Pelasheth. Then the chiefs of Edom were troubled, the mighty men of Moab. Trembling grips them, all the inhabitants of Canaan melted. Fear and dread fell on them by the greatness of your arm. They are as silent as a stone. Until your people pass over, O Yahuwah. Until the people whom you have bought pass over. You bring them in and plant them in the mountain of your inheritance, in the place, O Yahuwah, which you have made for your own dwelling. The Mikdash, O Yahuwah, which your hands have prepared. Yahweh reigns forever and ever.